I haven't been there.
It's remarkable. We'll have a conversation about it. It's very, very serviceable, and it's going to be the site for the Olympics. I would recommend going after the Olympics.
Is this the one off the 60?
It's the 60 and about 60 towards the 605 Rosemead.
Okay, that used to be triple B, and it's now owned by Oak Tree. Yeah.
Now they got a lock on it.
Yeah, Oak Tree bought it and changed the name, and I was talking with the then owner of Triple B because they had a sports shop there with 200 guns, and several of their customers had told them sell them through me, and
that should be a good connection.
I went in and talked to them and was all set and ready to go, and the guy just it happens. I'm dealing with this with a customer right now. They have unreasonable expectations. Oh, 4 for 4.
Nice.
We have a customer that he came in yesterday to talk to me. He's got 2 86s originals. I think he's got 7 or 8 92s and several 94s. And he wants to sell them at auction. No, wait. Consignment. No, wait. Auction. No. Consign auction. Wait, no.
It's auction.
Yeah, and it's like, come on, pick it away and let's get it done. And like he's telling me about this first 86. It only has a 20-inch barrel. I said, well, that's pretty scarce because you don't see that very often. Well, it's a replacement. Okay, so it's basically now a shooter grade because you don't have the original barrel. Oh yeah, but we should still get $7,000-8,000. That's like what?
And it's a 33 Winchester, so you can buy ammo anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So some of the things, and this was the same with this guy. All these shotguns, and actually it was actually a lady. All these shotguns, and they just couldn't pull the trigger because they wanted
unrealistic expectations.
Retail plus.
You have to run into that all the time. I'm tiresome.
We have it's called delusions of grandeur. And so we do get it, but just the way it is. We had 2 items in the entire last auction with reserves. That's it, just 2. And
kind of refreshing, isn't it?
I love it.
Tap dancing around somebody's unrealistic expectations.
And
although you set them straight usually before they throw that number.
And I told them both, this is a legit price for this. What you're asking is way over the top. And guess what? We hit what I said we'd get to, and we had to pass because we didn't get to where he wanted. Here comes the second one. We had a $5,250 bid on it, and that was better than, I have to tell you because I don't want to talk about it on the camera, but that was better than, this was a copy, and $5,250 was more than the original sold for.
And did he go for it?
No, he wanted 6 times that. You try and talk to people and explain things, but
at that point, who do they think is going to be the guy that? Especially because you can, you've got the record, you've got the sales prices. Who do they think is going to throw down?
Well, and it's not just he; it's got to be they, because in order to make an auction, you got to have 2 people bidding. And I thought the $5,200 bid was way more than legit.
This is the point at which, how many auctions have you done now? You're doing 5, 6 a year. You've been doing this for 27 years.
Something, yeah.
Stuff like that. You have literally, with the possible exception of Morphy's and Rock Island Auction, and I don't know if they have a guy that has your experience. You got more experience than anybody.
Pretty much.
Who's not listening to you?
Most
Honestly.
people. It cracks me up. I don't know if cracks me up is the right word, but it blows my mind how often people think I have no idea what I'm talking about. The internet, all the comments on the internet will show you. And then, sometimes somebody says something so unpleasant. So I look at and it's like, oh, I see. I go and I look at their profile, and it's like, oh, I see. Still in mom and dad's double wide, are we? Okay. And then, oddly enough, I found this quite interesting. A lot of them appear to be bots.
Oh, yeah.
That have something unpleasant to say, and then I'll check on them, and this person
recently joined and has one post.
Yeah, they have like one picture, and it's like of a cat, and that's it. And it's like,
Very peculiar.
Yeah. I don't want to disable the comments because, I don't mind hearing good feedback. And I mean, even if we screw something up, like when I talk about, buckshot being basically a 9mm, and of course, apparently.
I'm sorry, it's 33 caliber.
Yeah.
.356.
Yeah, I mean, can you even make that on your fingers? I mean, but it weighs a lot less. Okay. I said basically. What part of that, didn't you bother to listen to before you decided to jump on your keyboard and try and make somebody else look stupid? But that one has had 250,000 views. It's got a shit pot full of likes and a ton of comments.
As long as you spell my name right? I mean,
that's the way I look at it.
And you also know one more thing. The minute you hang something up, people are going to see it. That is desirable, and somebody's going to throw a dart at it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But again, it's like, so the people in Arizona that listen to your show, I mean, that's just terrible.
Well, yeah.
And they could not have been more polite about it.
Oh, good.
You don't have to mention it. Yeah, I just wanted you to know.
Well, I don't remember what we were talking about it
We
in particular.
boilerplated it a couple of times where this is where it came from, and we've been doing it since the SAS Incorporated in 1987.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but before that, the first sanction match.
I would imagine you'd probably get something like that from several different states, and not
someone's
just
got the real origin story for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's like pumpkin bowling. I mean, do you know how many? Pumpkin bowling started with 4 or 5 people: Cletus, Stoney,
Yep.
me, Callahan, and I think Magnum Quigley were there.
So that would be Jersey Lily circa.
Nope.
No?
It started at a match. I think it was the California State Championship in some weird place in Moreno Valley that had it was a rotting pumpkin patch that had this weird little range and where Cletus was parked with his whole rig, because Cletus always had a rig. I'm coming down the hill to the parking lot, and they're sitting there and they're drinking, and of course,
No way.
right?
Stoney and Cletus?
and Callahan, and they're about 3.5 sheets to the wind. And how it worked was they had set up some beer bottles, and they had decided, let's see, but because we didn't have a lot of beer bottles, you had to say a joke first. And if nobody laughed, you didn't get to go. But if people laughed, you got to throw a rotting pumpkin at these stupid
stack of
beer
beer
bottles.
bottles.
And that's where that thing started. And I was there, Cletus was there, Stoney, and, holy cow, 2/5 of us are no longer with us to cooperate. But that's where it started. And then somehow it got to Jersey Lily and became this ridiculous thing.
Huge thing. Guys freezing pumpkins.
Yeah, I mean, but guys aren't competitive or nothing. And I've heard more people tell me about how pumpkin bowling started. Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah. That is its true origin. And
See, so this is an update on information.
yeah, that was the first. I'll show you how long ago. That was the first match where I met El Lazo, and
Wow.
I think it was only like his 4th match. So I believe this goes all the way back to the 90s, like 99.
See, that is cool.
Yeah. So, but that's how it all started. And it was, again, we only did it a couple times because they ran out of beer bottles. Because once you hit it with this rotting pumpkin, they blow apart and then you got nothing to do, you got nothing to bowl at. But it was, Stoney, Cletus, Callahan, me, and I don't drink, so I wasn't helping with the beer bottles.
Those boys should have been able to hold down a pretty decent
They were
rack of pins.
because none of them were leaving; they were all staying right there. So,
Thus, the rig.
yep, I'm going with you here. Get my fuel for the.
Fuel. Got my 3. Hey, thank you everyone for being in. Mark over on all the streams. Mr. Enigma, always great to have you, brother. Bob, Fred, Eric, thank you. Mom, Glenn, always great to see you, Glenn. Hopefully we can bump into each other again. I haven't seen you in a bit, brother. Mad Dog, always great to have you in. Merry Christmas, everyone. Love you guys all so much. Keep flooding in all your comments. We probably have a recap next week of the whole year, but go ahead and start just dropping in whatever you learned, loved, auction stuff. Start throwing them in right now. I want to be all over it tonight. I want to see everyone super active, super happy. But Merry Christmas. God bless you all. Love you all. You guys are the best.
Cool. We fixed the hiccups.
Yay.
Everything is up.
Everything is up, and I'm seeing everyone. I'm on all 3. I don't have X up on my computer, but I can get it on I can get it on this one.
Bang a gong, get on.
Get on.
Beep, 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 beep. I have asked several people here to try and get Larry to come on the show. I don't think how could he not enjoy coming on?
It's not a stretch.
Yeah,
As you put on his headphones.
Yeah. And I always get hey, that's a great idea. I'll have to look into that. And
Crickets.
and tumbleweeds and. That's how hard it is to get a guest for this show. I can't even get people that are on the station to come on. Everybody's afraid of the G word.
The G word. Okie doke, okie doke.
Hey, that's us.
I don't see the live over. Oh, let's see media. Maybe it's media.
Don't do that.
Bum, 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 bum.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Filthy animal. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
That's right, from San Diego to San Francisco, from LA to Phoenix to Vegas, we are on the air.
Yeah, we are, and we're wishing you a Merry Christmas all over the internet. We are on YouTube, X, Rumble, Facebook Live. Make sure you're stopping by. Make sure you're hitting that like button, and when you get a chance, share it with your friends, because we're going to start off this new year after our next show We're going to have so many more family in this house, so you guys be a part of it. Keep sharing us. Keep liking it. Push us out. Let's
There
grow.
you go.
Sharon is Karen.
Our little 30-second snippets that we put up every week they're getting a lot of traction.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people. It's driving a lot of people to the show.
Love to see it. Love to hear it. Let us know if you're brand new to the show or anything. Leave your comment on there or give us a call, right?
There you go. What is that number?
You guys are going to want to call in at 866-870-5752. Once again, 866-870-5752.
There you go. And don't forget, this is the #1 show of its kind in the nation.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Nothing like it.
Okay, that's enough of that. What a week.
What a post-auction week.
Yeah, everybody thinks auction day is so difficult. Auction day is the gravy.
Tip of the iceberg.
Now
truly.
we're doing the hamburger helper.
The tons of work required by the administrators
my.
of the state.
And get this. So, we use a shipper. I won't mention names, but we use a shipper. And do you know that they charge almost double at Christmas time?
Oh, really?
Oh, how charming.
So, we've got boxes upon boxes upon boxes all full and ready to go, and we can't ship them because, we try and keep our shipping down as literally low as possible. And because they're charging us double, it would literally cost me $30 to $50 a box extra to ship. And I don't think anybody else is going to want to pay that. So we've been
So as a
having
courtesy, you're waiting until the crush does.
until after Christmas and to get stuff out. But man, my shippers worked all week from Tuesday. In fact, they're going to be in tomorrow. We're not even open, and the shippers are going in tomorrow.
I want to just go back over a thing. Anyone if you're listening to this show, there's a good chance you might have purchased a firearm at some point in time, and you know what a tedious process it is. And everybody tries to do their best, and you do it over, and you're good at it. But that's one firearm. And you guys just often auctioned off 500?
700. Yeah. Yeah. It cracks me up. We get folks calling on Monday. We're not even open.
Leaving a message.
Yeah. And
I haven't got my gun yet.
Yeah. It's not even 48 hours past auction where it says in our rules, don't even call us until it's been 30 days. And they're calling us day after, night of. Just everybody wants, where's my stuff?
We can understand, and maybe you're just making sure that your paperwork or anything has gotten started, has been shipped and everything. But if you're expecting it at your doorstep or your FFL, that very next day, dream on.
We talked about this after another auction, and somebody a caller called in and gave it the Amazon effect.
Oh, man.
And
it's 4:00. I haven't got it yet.
And I think that's truly what it is. We have become so impatient as a race. It's just amazing. And it's like not everybody can. I literally have 4 guys. That's my shipping crew. 4 guys.
Yeah.
And one of them has another job, so he comes in after his job, and everybody
pack
else
stuff and get it on.
Yeah, everybody else just we're going as fast as we can, but apparently just not fast enough for everybody.
Instant gratification's a hell of a drug.
Right?
Patience. Oh, that's all.
Anyway,
it's Christmas time. Be nice.
And that's the easy part. And then there's the folks coming in to do their paperwork.
Oh, boy.
And that has been immense. We've probably done this week 200 grosses. And it's only been James and I.
Yeah.
2-man
crew.
Yeah, because it's hard to find people that can keep up and do it, and so you go through people, and we get people that literally quit. Our last quitter quit the Monday after auction.
I remember.
Yeah, so the next day...
You broke him.
Yeah,
you broke him, man.
The next day, he's supposed to be there to do paperwork, and he was no longer with us. Well,
Dust in the wind.
Yeah, no 2 weeks, nothing, just adios amigos.
It fell off the face of the planet, didn't it?
Well, we got through that. We'll get through this.
Exactly.
But it's we're building we're at about 400 lots now into the catalog for February 14th.
You haven't finished shipping out the ones from the last auction.
Hey, you
Love
know
that.
what? The day after December auction, I'm already working on the next one. So
You've been working on it before this
Yeah.
auction happens. So,
This is going to be a wild auction. We got some really cool stuff.
That's going to be what a wonderful way to start the new year with this next auction.
Yep. It's going to be really interesting. So anyway, and then the three of us and little Fredo and Tim will be in Vegas for the Antique Arms
Firearms Show. Yep.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Mark's still trying to convince me to go to SHOT.
Oh, we're going to go to SHOT. We're going to get breakfast together. We're going to do a couple of laps around that place. Put in 14 or 15 miles between 8 o'clock in the morning and 5 in the afternoon.
You know,
sucking up all that festive air.
Still not very happy with SHOT. They don't consider this show media.
You're only in 4 states.
And all over the internet.
Yeah, I know. So they don't consider us media, so they won't give me a media badge. So I have to get a standard FFL badge. Now, I don't know if there's a cost difference. I even told the guy, I don't care if it costs, I'll pay the regular fee, but give me a media badge. Nope.
Well, you got to show them our numbers over there on YouTube, on Facebook, on Rumble, on X. Show them those numbers. Be like, we are more
You're
than.
an influencer, baby.
I did that. Rick from the CRPA did that. Scott from right here at KRLA did that. They don't care.
You know what?
They've got it in their craw that I am or we are not a legitimate show, and so therefore.
But this is the changing face of media. I mean, this right now, those of you that are watching on YouTube or X or Rumble or Facebook Live, this is how much communication is carried out these days.
Absolutely.
And the radio. The old days of waiting for the tubes to warm up and pushing the button to the 1110.
Yeah. Jeez.
Anyway,
Getting through the dial.
Well, and speaking of old timey, let's get to Richard at the airport.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Richard.
How's that for a segue, Richard?
And crazy gunslinger.
Thank you, sir.
Wild and crazy.
What can we do for you tonight?
When you're reloading a centerfire cartridge, you're putting in the primer. Has there ever been a case when that would go off when it was being inserted?
Oh yeah. Happened to me.
Oh, for a real good time, typically the primers are loaded in groups of 100 into what is called a drop tube, and then gravity allows them to feed one after another in a progressive press like the kind that we use. And once in a while, somebody will drop those things with too much brio, or there's a little follow post that goes on top of them. They'll drop that, and then you can have a multiple discharge.
Never had that happen, but
we know people who've done it.
When it happened to me, it was my Dillon 550, and for some reason there must have been something in the pocket of my 45 Colt, and I could not get that primer up in there. And
so you got a little.
Instead of being smart, I went, "Oh yeah, watch this,"
forgetting that the thing that sets a primer off is exactly pressure.
Yeah, and it popped, and it was ear piercing. Yeah, it was like a firecracker going off. So yes, it does happen periodically.
Okay, now, but it can happen when you're inserting it into the cartridge?
That's when it would normally happen, yeah. Or like Mark said, if you have a progressive.
That happens before the powder or the bullet itself has been inserted. So it's just a loud bang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Another thing, those primers, exactly how are they put together?
3 pieces.
Yeah.
Typically, there's 3 pieces. There's a metal cup, a thin metal cup, which will deform under the impact from a firing pin. That is coated with a pressure-sensitive explosive, I guess is what you would call that.
What used to be fulminated mercury, but now it's a little wafer of explosion.
Yep. And then they have typically a hollow, it's like a tripod.
Kind of retainer.
That holds it in place, and that gives it something to work against. So the firing pin contacts the cup, dents the cup, compresses the little wafer of explosive against the little anvil, and that fires. And there are little arms on it so that the explosion can go through the little anvil and into the primer pocket, and then up into ignite the main charge.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Richard, we got a minute left. What's your joke?
Okay, did you know that Santa Claus gets sick when he gets into chimneys? You know why?
No.
he's always coming down with something.
Ho, 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 ho.
That was a 3-groaner, Richard.
Okay.
We'll talk to you next
Have
week.
a Merry Christmas, you guys.
Thank you, Richard.
Merry
You too.
Christmas.
We'll talk
See
to you
you
next
next week.
God
Bye-bye.
bless
Look
you.
forward to it.
Right.
Richard.
coming down with
You
something.
know.
None of us got it.
No, that's very
You
true.
stumped the band.
All right, guys, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on,
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
and we'll be back right after this.
Come on. Jeff Alexander put, ran the full tube myself, launched the follower into the ceiling. BT calls the crap your pants happy dance.
Jeff says, ran the full tube, launched the follower into the ceiling. I'm a little quivering in the tiles there.
Yeah.
That'll probably get your attention. Ooh, Eric Peterson got a Kibler Clonier rifle. That is real upscale black powder kit. Good on you, Eric. 2-month wait, another month to finish. Good luck with that, man. Glenn says, Merry Christmas, Cowboys of the Airwaves. I like that.
Very cool.
So go to gunslingerauctions.com for locations, hours, directions,
Stop off at Emma Jeans on the way to Vegas.
info on firearms.
That's from Eric, too.
Information on our huge auction February 14th.
Eric said, stop in at Emma Jeans on your way to Vegas. Rockin'
Around
the
Christmas tree,
have
time this holiday. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
where you can see everybody tries to
I
stop.
feel bad for the guys because I don't think I'm going to be singing too much tonight.
Ah.
all the guys on the internet who can't hear the music, and we've explained this before, but the reason we can't is because even if we only cut it down to 10 seconds, we're supposed to have 30 seconds that we can do it. But
Supposed to.
Even at 10 seconds, we start getting all kinds of dirty.
They flag us for
Yeah.
using other artists' words.
Yeah, so that's how come on the internet you no longer hear music, and that was.
Of course, you hear music. The mellifluous voice of Jeff Hud, the cowboy.
There we go.
But so I sing along just for the heck of it. But I'm not doing "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree."
So
That's out of my keys.
If you guys didn't know,
A
it's
lot of that stuff is increasingly out of the key. Sorry.
our playlist tonight seems to be very seasonally themed.
Yep. And so
enjoy if you can listen.
well, I'm not a big fan of Christmas music, but I did this for you guys. I hope you appreciate it.
Hey, I love them.
Okay. So Rick from the CRPA asked to take the night off. He was burned out and he's had a week, so we let him have it. So we're going to do more phone calls. So what's that number, Jim?
Guys, call in 866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752.
That number is 866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752.
And don't forget to mark your calendars for January 11th, 111. Leon the Motorman will be here in studio along with George the Airplane Man.
Favorite shows.
Yeah, and we'll be doing another Motor Slingers show.
Again, what a way to start the year off with
I
those
agree.
guys.
I agree. I've been looking around trying to get. I talked to a gentleman who calls himself the 2A attorney, and we're going to have him on, I think, the week after.
Ooh, get your
Yeah.
questions ready.
Yeah, so we got stuff lined up, but again, I'm trying to figure out why is everybody so afraid to get on our show?
Well, hopefully the Vegas show will come up with some fruits, and that'll be great to have a bunch of notable names.
That always works, doesn't it? There's always people who
Yeah.
are willing to do it.
That's
That's a
where
firearms-friendly environment, though.
That's where
in
we got the
fairness.
Beard of Knowledge.
That's
Right?
true.
Yep,
Yeah.
and we had a couple people from there, so it's great. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it.
And Jeff, there's even more at SHOT Show.
Ay.
At autographed posters.
Yeah, I could care.
No, I meant you could be dealing out autographed
Oh,
posters.
yeah, I could care. Anyway, okay, so February auction, guys. February 14th. It's going to be here before you can say howdy doody. And we're going to have, I think, about 650 lots once again. And boy, do we got some great stuff. We've got the Marissa Wayne, John Wayne's youngest daughter, gun collection of John Wayne commemoratives, custom made and only made for the Wayne family. That's going to be really cool. We've got some Winchester commemoratives and some Colts commemoratives that are just unbelievable.
Man.
Yeah, we've got the one Colt single action army that was made and sent to the Mexican Railroad. It's all documented, and yes, it has a stinking badge.
Badges.
And nobody sawed the barrel off this one.
Yeah, nobody sawed the barrel off. We got that. We've got some,
and that one comes complete with badge and holster and everything, and the engraving. It's all there. So you have some.
We have about a 3-foot tall bronze of John Wayne from Marissa Wayne. And don't forget, all her stuff comes with letters signed by her. Not auto pen, but actually signed.
So that's as legit as it gets.
Yeah, very cool stuff. Let's get to Mark in Woodland Hills. How are you, Mark?
Merry Christmas, Mark.
Hey, Gunslingers do Dallas. How you doing tonight?
What's going on?
Well, listen, guys, in the January 9th, January 6th weren't the only political prisoners. We have a righteous woman in a Colorado prison. She was the county clerk for Mesa County in Colorado. And she's been in there ever since. She's a 70-year-old woman who fought cancer and is actually born on September 11th, of all things, 9/11. Now, her problem is that she found that there were voting irregularities during the election against Trump in 2020. And she's still in a Colorado prison for reporting it. She was obliged to make a copy and report those inconsistencies. Trump already pardoned her federally, but the Marxist government there and the governor still are holding her. Trump needs to send in the U.S. Marshals, extract her from that prison as a material witness for the voting fraud that she witnessed during the national election. And if they need it, back them up with Marines and Army Rangers. Because the unitary power of the president is supreme. He is the chief magistrate of the United States, the top law enforcement officer in this country, and he needs to do the right thing. Stop listening to all the Karl Roves and all those morons that surround him. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but she is a political prisoner.
Absolutely.
We know they stole the election, period.
Yeah, well,
more and more is coming out on a daily basis.
And likely the reason that they won't let her go is because she will testify to the fact that there was so much cheating going on, and that will point bad fingers at the people that are holding her.
Yep.
Yes, sir. We don't need political prisoners. That's for South America or some other place.
Some other banana republic.
I just thought I'd run that by you guys. And by the way, tonight I watched. I don't watch many movies. I'm more likely to watch something like a financial conference on C-SPAN or something. That sounds like I'm mentally ill or whatever. But I watched Lincoln today.
Oh, cool!
And boy, I'll tell you, he was our best president thus far.
The Daniel Day-Lewis movie.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Boy, did he rock that.
He did rock everything he does.
Well,
God.
and apparently he fought vampires.
Yeah, and he was a professional wrestler.
Different movie.
Well, we got to send him to Washington. That's where all the vampires live, right?
You ain't getting there. Jeez.
All sharp as steaks.
They suck us dry for every buck we got.
Yeah, bloodsuckers of one type or another anyway.
Vampires making zombie bills. That's the new movie from outer space.
Well, I'm glad Rick is getting his batteries recharged this week.
Absolutely.
We need him going there full bore.
Well deserved.
Agreed.
All his horses running,
Mm-hmm. All right, Mark, as always, thanks for the call.
Okay, y'all. Cheers.
Talk to you later.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
And speaking of which, CRPA, Rick's not on the phone tonight, but folks, we always have to mention the good work and the great work that they do for us over here, not only on the show, letting us know and keeping us afloat and everything that's going on in Sacramento and across the nation, but all they do with their boots on the ground, fighting it all in the courtroom.
Day after day, week after week.
And you know what? And they're here for us as much as you hear our voices here for you. Make sure that you're going to crpa.org and you're joining You're volunteering any way you can. If you have
Support.
a moment, you support them any way you can, because you know what? They're the ones supporting us on the front lines, in the courthouses, in Sacramento, all over the place. And we thank you, Rick, and your whole team out there. God bless you guys. Merry Christmas. Well-deserved time off right now. But again, crpa.org and contact@crpa.org.
There you go.
There we go, folks. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, you want to donate your time, your efforts. They need help all the time with the things that they're doing. Yeah. So you don't always have to give up money. I'm a life member, so I'm covered.
Yeah, because they even, if you are looking for a good reason to be at these auctions, they have a table set up. You can be right there helping them out, helping us out, making sure that everyone's going the good way for the two-way. Hey, I think I just came up with a shirt. That's good. No, thank you guys again, and make sure you're joining and helping out.
Okay, and we do now have lines open, so give us a call.
That number is 866-870-5752. 866-870-5752.
All right, thank you, Leon.
Love to hear it, man. You know what? It makes me happier knowing that he's going to be here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, can't wait. That'll be a lot of fun.
Him and George. God bless you guys. Merry Christmas to you both. We miss you.
Yeah. Some of the... Okay, we were talking about auction stuff and how much fun some things are. We had a gentleman that came in. He bought online, and he's a California resident. Ooh. And it said in the description, in big bold letters, cannot be sold in California. And he wasn't very happy.
I get that's not your call.
Yeah, and so he, in store he was trying to, bully his way through, and as you guys know, that doesn't work well with me. And so we got through, bless you, and we got through. We explained it to him, and it was a very inexpensive piece. I mean, it was very little money we were talking about. So I finally said, listen, we have all of this in the contract that you signed, and it says if you buy a gun that you are not allowed to have, that you do not get your money back, but we will sell it for you in the next auction, and then you will get your money back.
Fair enough.
Because that consignor needs to be paid.
Absolutely.
All he knows is that we put it up for sale and we sold it.
Sold it.
And, the only other way would be I would have to buy it, and, that's not fair to me either, especially when they were the ones that
geeked it.
Yeah, so he was okay with it, and then he left, and then apparently he went and tried to talk to, it appears he talked to some type of an attorney, because they sent us a pretty long letter, and it was pretty silly.
That's what contracts are for, folks.
Yeah, and so... just some of the fun things that you have to put up when you're, think about it. I when you sell as an auctioneer, I have to deal with the buyers and the sellers, I get complaints on both sides.
Oh yeah, you got a foot in both unpleasant canoes.
Because according to the sellers, I never sell anything high enough, and according to the buyers, I never sell anything at a good price. It's like,
hey Jeff, what's the best part about working with the public? The public. What's the worst part about working with the public?
The public. All right, guys, we're going to a break. Yeah? Okay, going to a break. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be back with phone calls. Quick.
866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752.
And now we'll be right back.
There we go. Yeah, Mark, if they're doing any type of pardons, if pardons are coming about, I mean, that's something high on the list. You mentioned it on the show, and to have what charges are they going against her? How can they have anything stick and have this 70-plus-year-old woman pretty much wasting away in prison
shameful.
For nothing? It's
for doing her job. People in power, though, people will kill you for $100. What will they do to cling to power in a billion-dollar state?
Yeah, so
shameful, but
so much shameful stuff going on right now. And you know what happened? America Fest, AM Fest happened this weekend. A lot of great speakers out there. Especially in honor of Charlie Kirk. I hope everyone can go online and catch some of the speakers that were there. wonderful event. A lot of great things being said and a lot of encouragement for this nation. So yeah, check it out if you can. Sweet. There we are. Oh, cool. Mr. Enigma put those optics on.
Oh, his LPVO?
Yeah.
Very cool.
We have Pictoris? That is a tidy looking build.
Right?
That
That's
is a tidy
super
looking
clean.
build.
Man, that is nice. Yeah. Let us know how she does you. You said you're gonna go out in January. So that
We're gonna want to know what rifling twist rate you got.
break it all down for us, brother. Looks great though. That's super
That's
clean.
nice to see a grip without a fin on it.
Right?
Yeah, right. A non-neutered AR style, or was that a G3 style? I didn't have my glasses on when he showed it to me. Let me see it real quick.
Just a good looking piece of kit.
Oh yeah, it's an AR.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
it's an AR.
Yeah, very nice.
Super
Nice slim
clean,
fore
super
end.
nice.
Very cool.
Looks
Very
like
cool.
M-lock tabs everywhere.
And a
Flash
buttstock
hider?
that actually slides.
Oh,
Instead
not
of-
pinned.
Yes, being glued together.
It's such an odd thing that they'll make a firearm less safe so it can't be accommodating
Right.
to you, but that's their vision of safety. One size fits all has never been a thing that we've done in this.
Again, this is why
country.
you don't have your gardener do brain surgery. You know, that's
I
not
just-
what they do.
I just have a picture of a bunch of guys getting together to go on a drive-by shooting from some freeway underpass. Going, well, the first thing we're going to do is make sure that fin is in place because we don't want to get in any trouble as we're shooting down innocent people.
Right.
Come on, you guys.
Twist rate is 1.7.
1 in 7. Good tight twist rate.
Yep.
Got to be using many, 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 many heavyweight bullets.
Oh shit! What did I do? What did I do?
Lord have mercy.
Lloyd and Boise.
Hey, what are you guys getting for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? That's always a fun one. Looks like Mr. E already got one.
Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
But do you recall?
The most famous
Dear of all, the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Like a light bulb.
And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Welcome back, everybody. A little original version from the man himself, the singing cowboy, Gene Autry.
Yeah, Autry, man, and that's so close to home too, like Gene Autry Museum.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that feels real. And if it doesn't remind you of your childhood, what kind of Christmas were you having?
Yeah, for anybody who's not been to the Autry Museum, highly, highly recommend it. Just don't ask any don't ask any questions.
Is there
'cause, you know,
parking? What does it cost to get in?
Go to
is
the
there a
website.
door?
For those of you that don't know,
Old school story.
Yeah, one of our very first guests we ever had was a curator from the Autry Museum, who I think might have been a janitor.
Or had just taken the job earlier that day.
Or had been up for several days in a row because everything we asked him, he had no idea. He didn't know. I'm not sure he knew how to get there. He didn't know how parking was, how much parking was to cost. Didn't know how much it cost to get in. Wasn't sure how many guns they had.
It was a solid gold interview in the early days of this radio show.
Man, yeah, that was one of our very first live ever.
There's some high comedy.
That was fun.
Yeah, oh man, it was rather uncomfortable.
We are all dying.
Yeah, it has just got worse and worse.
So, how do you feel about tennis there, Bill?
Oh, and really quick, my car guy Fidel is listening to us in his car. So, hey, I want to get a new Dodge.
Hey.
Yeah, you know, now Dodge has come back out with the V8. I want a new one.
You
So-
heard it here first, folks.
Dodge.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come see me. You got to call me this week. Let's get something going because I'm due.
You put mileage on, man.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Was that? Have you guys been watching Landman?
I don't watch television. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Good for you. But Landman, people are calling me left and right and say, "Man, that guy reminds me of you."
Not surprised.
Well, and it's like because he starts every show. What are you doing today? Well, I'm driving 3 hours to this place, and then 2.5 hours to this place, and then 3 hours back. And it's like, yeah, that's me.
Hey, that is you. You're like, wait, this is a script of my life.
Oh man, some parts come pretty darn close. Anyhow. Today, I was at the Highway 39 Event Center once again. We had
Can't get enough of that place, can you?
Well, it's hard to not go look at really cool cars. Every third Sunday, they have their own hot rod show, and today was a benefit show for Patriots and Paws. Now, this is a group that train dogs for veterans that some may have gone blind or lost a limb or who knows what.
Service dogs.
Yes, service dogs for vets. And I thought Michael. Yeah, Michael called me up and asked me they had some items that they wanted to auction off, and I said of course. So I went down, and so if I sound a little hoarse, it's because I did an auction this morning. But it was a lot of fun. Very interesting crowd. Mm-hmm. They were. How do you put this? A little stiff.
How early?
By the time I got started, it was about 12:30.
Okay.
So yeah,
some of them were awake.
No liquid libations had taken place yet, really, at this point. But I sold 2 guitars, a fruit basket,
records,
some actual vinyl.
I want to hear you throwing down the fruit basket.
You know what? We did great with that fruit basket. We got $500 for that fruit basket.
Right.
Yeah. They had a whole bunch of stuff silent auction, and a lot of I kept pumping it, trying to say, guys, got to come up and sign. A lot of the had no bids on them. That's why live bidding is
better, yeah.
A live auctioneer is always the best, especially when you know what you're doing with because I've done so many over the years. I've done hundreds and hundreds. I used to do the Friends of the NRA. I used to do 25, 30 of those a year.
Yeah.
And this is all benefit stuff. And so I get a whole spiel that I do with I go out, you've seen it, where I go out and I pick on one person. Have who here has been to a live auction? And not a lot of people have. No. So I always, a few hands go up and I always pick on somebody. Okay, here's what we're going to do. And all right, here we go. We got 1,000. Now you put your hand up. You got 2,000. Now 3,000 over here. And I put your hand up. 4,000 and 5, and I said, well, I don't know what we sold you, but we got enough here and we can go home now.
And so, see the man, give him a check.
Yeah, there you go. And so I did that with a nice lady right in the front. And
were they getting it?
They started coming around. I did the old trick, and you'll know this trick as a musician. I had them turn the mic way up.
Yeah.
Because at first they weren't paying any attention.
We're here for the mimosas.
Yeah, and they were talking amongst themselves. So I told Mike, I said, hey, go
crank it.
Yeah, give it a couple of bumps, and he got it up, and then
got his attention.
Yeah, hey, it's Jeff from Gunslinger Gun Shop and Auctions, and everybody kind of right in their seat jumped, and we did real good. We got $1,200 for a Stratocaster that had been pinstriped, really really cool, and then there was an acoustic. I think it was a no-name acoustic, but it had really bitchin'. Oop, did I just say that? Had really cool pinstriping on it, and at the bottom it had Rat Fink. You remember Rat Fink?
Hot Rod Rat Fink.
Yeah, but it was Elvis, or was it Santa?
I think you said Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas Rat Fink at the bottom of the guitar, and I didn't tell anybody, but up until about $700, I was the one bidding against. I thought it was really cool, so it went for I think $700, and finally somebody in house they looked like they really wanted it, and I thought, okay, you can have it. So I let them, and then
and the money's gone for a good cause.
Yeah,
absolutely. So always fun to do those. So that's how I spent my day. And again, if I sound a little off, that's why, because at first we were talking and trying to talk over them, and so I stripped a gear, I think.
Yeah, because when people they have to realize that they're at an auction to be a part of the auction. And so sometimes you got to snap them out of that brunch phase and be like, hey, you know what? The coffee's working, folks. Go ahead and have some. So, yeah, that's great. And shout out to Highway 39 Event Center. We love you guys. Merry Christmas to everyone over there. You guys do us well. You guys treat us so well while we're there, and we want to help everyone else enjoy themselves there, too, because that place is so bitchin'.
Well, and you know, they offered me food, and Thursday was my wife's birthday, Kathy, and
Happy birthday, Kathy.
Yeah, but today was the day that everybody was coming over, so I didn't want to eat there, so you know, I zipped out of there as quick as I could. They got me out about 12:45, I think. So
Ain't bad.
yeah, and in the meantime, I got to look at a lot of really nice cars. There was a late 40s, early 50s fire truck that had been hot rodded, if you can believe this. It was the coolest thing.
God bless America.
And it won best truck, by the way.
Hot rodded fire truck.
Hot rodded fire
These
truck.
are my people.
And it was obviously on airbags because it was slammed to the ground. And it had some of the biggest rims I've ever seen on a car. It was so cool. It was a lot of fun. And man, it was a pile of Corvettes, a bunch of, I saw 3 or 4 32 Fords. So that was just...
I'm going to wander off the chart for just a moment. Do you have a favorite era of Corvette?
Yeah, Gen 2s.
Gen 2s?
Yeah, which is, you know, the 63, which is the one that I have. I've had a 64. Get this. Guy comes into the shop. This is my very first location. He's got a 64 Corvette, and this is 2 weeks before Christmas, and he says, I got to sell it. Well, what do you want for it? And he gave me a price, and I was just like, my eyes popped out of my head. Okay,
done.
You burned your hand pulling the wallet out.
I bought it right there. Boom, done. And then I drove it home. And again, this is 2 weeks before Christmas, and we hadn't finished Christmas shopping yet. And
Well, one of you had.
I couldn't sit for about the next 48 hours because of the chewing I got out. You know?
Yeah.
So, oddly enough, about 2 days later, I drove it back and forth a couple of days, and a gentleman walked in and said, whose car is that? Do you know? I said, yeah, it's mine. And he says, you want to sell it? And I put a price that was a little over. I didn't go very high, but a little over what I paid for it. And he came back about 2 hours later with cash money.
Boy.
And so I owned a 64 Vet for 2
an hour
days.
and a half. And you had enough money left over to buy some salve and bandages for your chewed on derriere.
Yeah,
That ointment is expensive.
You know, the first gens, the first 2 years, in my opinion, are just ugly. You know, they started getting better, but they were still that kind of boxy, and they still, a lot of them were still straight sixes and didn't care for them. But then, you know, the 63, the split window, of course, I've got one, so, you know, I'm a little prejudiced. But the 63, 64s, yeah, there it is online. That's me. Of course, it's a resto mod, but it was already
It's a real good looking car.
Thank you. It would already be, well, you know, my mechanic, Vinny Boom Bots, hey, I tell you, it had already been boogered, so it was no big deal. I didn't hurt anything.
No.
Make a shooter out of it.
Yeah, motor and tranny had already been changed and everything, so we went ahead and did it up right. But anyway, you know, up to the 67, the first 427 and all that stuff is just so cool. So, yeah. And then the 70s are just, and the 80s are... Yikes.
That was not a good time in American manufacturing for anything.
No. But you know, the new ones, I've got a 2017 also, and it's a nice car. But the ones
The new mid-engine ones.
man, I got a ride in one. I haven't driven one yet, but I got a ride in one, and when that
Impressed?
guy when he stepped on that gas, he put my brain in the back of my head.
Eyes got sunken in a bit.
Man.
World-class performance
Yeah.
for not too much money.
Yeah, so...
If it was European and went that fast, there would be a 1 in front of what you pay.
Couldn't agree more. Hey, you know what? We get no phone calls. What's the number?
Hey, guys, call in 866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752.
All right, give us a call. And then when we get back from the break, we got some stuff to talk about Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah, we do.
All right. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on...
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be back right after this.
Come on back.
Well, this is last year's song list for Christmas songs. It's just so much easier than trying to rewrite a new one. All have a blue. That's coming up.
Oozers present as the lyrics.
Yeah, they are. They're part
That one's coming up. Blue Christmas.
Kid.
Oh, that's so good. I love that song.
I was at a Christmas party and Ron was there, and everybody wanted him to sing it. And so he said, "Well, Jeff, can you?" They got some piano, and it's like, I don't, I can play songs that I know, but I don't know this one, and I'm not sure on a couple of the chords. So, if I had a guitar, they pull out a guitar. It was an acoustic guitar with 5 electric strings.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, that is such a thin sound.
Rattly and...
Yeah, and it was awful.
The guitar.
Rudolph, behind. Woo! Rock and roll's first poet right there, Chuck Berry. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
All right, so we have over the years spoken about how cowboy action got started, and apparently I was incorrect.
Not incorrect. There have been a couple of some additional information added by some friends of ours in Arizona. Now, if you're going to the World Championship of Cowboy Action
Yes,
Shooting,
sir.
which is going to be held just north of Phoenix, Arizona, at Ben Avery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the weekend prior to that, there is an event which is absolutely terrific and well attended by all the big-time shooters that can make it, a thing called Fire and Ice, which is held at the Cowtown Range, which is just, a half a dozen miles away from the Ben Avery Range.
It's right down the road, yeah.
Well, that is run by a woman who goes by the shooting alias Barbed Wire, and of course helped by her husband Zona. Anyway, they provided us this week with some interesting information because we're talking about the fact that about 1979, did I say 79? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
1979, a bunch of shooters here in Southern California decided it would be kind of fun to go out and shoot something different for a weekend. These are competitive shooters, and they said, let's dress in cowboy hats and flannel shirts and take out some lever-action rifles and single-action pistols. That's the story that I have always been told, and it has been corroborated by guys that were there or who knew people that were there. Well, apparently the idea caught on, and they were in Arizona, and they got to talking to some of the Arizona shooters, and the Arizona shooters, being even closer to the Old West, I guess, than a Californian, they took it to heart, and so Cowtown Shooters Incorporated, in 1981, which is a couple of years before it got rolling here in Southern California, and we just wanted to correct the record. The whole organization became incorporated in 1987. So the Cowtown Shooters Association may have been first into the fray.
Predated by 5 years,
right?
yeah.
Anyway, so thanks for updating our knowledge base. We appreciate the heck out of that.
The more you know.
Once in a while, we're going to say something, and it's always going to be with the best of intention. If we make a mistake, we are not too big to fix.
No.
That's it. We want the good information out there. That was good, right, and true.
And speaking of information, we do this every year right about this time. What gun do you want for Christmas, guys?
What do you want under your tree? What are you looking forward to?
Give us a call. Because you know what you guys do? You always wait till the last minute, and then we get 50 phone calls all at once.
At 8:45.
Yeah, so give us a call now.
866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752. And if you're at the auction and you're going to be picking it up before Christmas time, what'd you get? Let us know if you were there and you got something cool that you're going to have underneath the tree just in time. Let us know.
Yeah, so give us a call or the wolf man gonna get you.
Ow! Come on, baby. Let's go.
Hey, while we're waiting to pick up the next call, I want to say what I did yesterday.
Okay.
Okay, now, as you are a very good skeet trap shooter, yes? I mean, I've seen you do it.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm not. I've only been skeet and trap shooting literally a handful of times, and that might have a finger left over or two. But I was invited by one of my clients to a sporting clays event. Now, have you done the sporting clays thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, of course you have. Well, this was This was put on by the Side-by-Side Shooters Association. So one of the protocols was you had to have a side-by-side shotgun with a barrel longer than 26 inches. Now, I might have a couple of cut-down coach guns for cowboy shooting. Didn't have anything that fit that bill. Found out that it was choked full and full. This means the constrictions on the bore. Shotguns have varying constrictions based on what the intended use was. This thing was choked full and full. I have no idea what's going on in Europe.
Yeah.
I patterned this thing at about 20 yards, and the pattern was about the size of your thumb.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, given my modest talents...
Well, wait a minute. Basically the size of his thumb. So that we don't get horrible letters.
Way bigger than your thumb. That's physically impossible.
Yeah. But somebody will complain. Go ahead.
Anyway, so a buddy of mine, Joe Scully, loaned me a Connecticut shotgun company's shotgun. This is a
nice gun.
You know these guns.
Oh yeah.
This is a very, very nice gun, and it was I want to say modified and skeet or some such a thing.
That would be good for sporting clays.
It was much better for sporting clays, as I found out. So I took a crash YouTube course on sporting clays. Went down with my buddy Powell. I'm throwing your name out there, Powell. Went down and found out this wasn't just a nice, pleasant morning shooting sporting clays. This was a tournament. There are like 150 guys standing in line, and you know when guys have the look.
Oh yeah.
We've done, and every accoutrement has been shaved and trimmed, and everybody is ready to go. And I'm like, "Hi, everybody!"
Yeah. That was me at Wild Bunch a couple.
So I'm there with a borrowed shotgun that literally I have never fired before.
Oh boy.
I didn't have enough rounds because normally apparently you shoot 50 rounds, but this was a tournament.
Yeah.
It was. What is the word I'm looking for? I was put on a posse.
An experience.
It was absolutely an experience. It was absolutely. But I wanted to shout out Rick, Ethan, John, and Powell, of course, who was my host. I want to shout out L.A. Clays because they've got it going on. Apparently, it's going to be the venue for the Olympic shooting events.
Cool. And that's the one right off the 60, right about the 605, right across the freeway from Leg Lake, if I recall.
Leg Lake.
That is correct. And as you're walking around the periphery, because there's a certain amount of walking. Of course, all the guys in the know had carts and gun carts and stuff like. But I'm out there, burning up shoe leather. You can hit the freeway not with a well-thrown stone, with a poorly thrown stone. I mean, that's it. Anyway, it was absolutely an experience. And so I wanted to get, first of all you out there in Radio Land or Facebook Land or wherever, what do you think of sporting clays? Tell me how you did and what you did. And
did you get to shoot the running rabbit?
There was everything. I was prepared for a rabbit, or as well as I could possibly be with an unfamiliar shotgun that did not fit me well. Have I thrown in all my qualifiers yet? Because I like to think of it as I showed great mercy to those clay pigeons.
Oh, well, there you go.
Look at this. Survived another one.
A running rabbit is a clay pigeon that's
rolling on the ground.
Literally, rolling on the ground.
At like 35 miles an hour.
At least 35 miles an hour, yeah. There's a lot of interesting stuff in sporting clays. It's different. Your first gun would have been a trap gun, full, because trap goes straight away from you. Yeah,
and you want to keep the tight pattern as it's disappearing.
As long as possible. So that's what that would have been for. Now, a skeet goes side to side, and one can come from the left, one can come from the right. They can both come from one. All kinds of, and you
a little more close in shooting.
Yeah, and you're shooting doubles. Yeah, as two clays at the same time, and but sporting clays is kind of a mixture
coming
of all
from
of them.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
and a mixture of target sizes. They were throwing some of these little suckers that were about the size of a charcoal briquette, and those things were going way up in the air.
Yeah, and they go fairly quickly too.
Yeah, boy, how they do that.
And on top of that point, because I want to familiarize our audience and all that, when we're speaking about chokes, full mod and all that, let's talk about pattern sizes on which ones are which, because I know
we have a lot of new listeners out there, and maybe that's still a little bit out of their wheelhouse. Maybe they are thinking about, they have a shotgun at home. They don't know what kind of pattern they have.
I think most people probably don't think about that at all. Well, the most open pattern you'll get, that is the pattern that's going to be dispersed most at a close distance, is an open cylinder or a cylinder bore.
Uh-huh.
And there are various steps along the way, depending on the intended use, going all the way up to, of course, the full choke.
Full, extra full they have.
Good.
Yeah.
Even tighter than that.
Yeah. And again, what this means is it chokes it down. So, everybody thinks when you shoot a shotgun that it just
sprays the wall.
Yeah, it just goes kablooey and, opens up 35 feet and 10 feet. But that's not really how it works. So the full will go, size of a baseball for quite a while, then open up to a softball and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And you want that for long distances because, at long distances, it's almost more like shooting a rifle than it is a shotgun. But the full and mod, they open up wider so that you can get something. Because to hit a clay bird, you only need one BB.
Yeah,
and you can blow that thing a bit to bits. So that's why you have all the different kinds of, and of course, most guns today have screw-in chokes, so you can change them.
You can change them in the field as you're going along in just a few seconds.
Yeah.
But the older guns, and the one that I got originally was an old fixed choke gun.
Oh, boy. And
so you got what you got.
Connecticut shotguns.
Tell me what you know about that. The wood was beautiful. The firearm was beautiful.
Most of their side-by-sides are the Winchester Model 21 replicas. Now, the Winchester 21 is a side-by-side, very sought after, very expensive, beautiful guns, and Connecticut Arms has taken to reproducing them and making just beautiful. And they can go from a real basic one starting at about $3,500 to an incredibly beautifully engraved one that'll cost you $50,000 to $60,000.
Joe, I was very careful picking it up and putting it down, whichever one of those it was.
Yeah, in fact, Connecticut Arms, Jimmy, you'll be there this year. They're usually only a spot or two away from us at the Vegas show.
Yeah, they're right down the aisle from us, and we had them come by a couple of times to look at a lot of the stuff we had.
Yeah, so we know them, from that, and absolutely beautiful. We had
it's a beautiful firearm. The wood's great, the metal's great.
Oh yeah, great fit and finish. We had a really nice 20 gauge over and under in the last auction.
Oh yeah,
that went for a pretty reasonable price. It was a lower grade, but it's still, I think, I think it went for like $3,500.
I think I had a phone bidder on that one.
Yeah, so
we're used to fawning over Italian shotguns, because they make great stuff. But this, honest to God, was a beautiful gun. Everyone commented on it, and, it worked flawlessly.
They're well, again, they're patterned after the Winchester Model 21.
Which is a great gun.
Yeah, and what is it? The Grand National, I think that's a Winchester Model 21 of all, gold and embossed and
the upper
engraved
echelon of the 21.
And they are something to see. Absolutely, we've had a few come through at auction, and they get really good money.
Well, hopefully, I know we're coming up on the end of this hour and all that, but maybe we can touch on some of the stuff we're going to bring out to Vegas and stuff, because it'll get some people's eyes wandering over to us and see what we have coming through.
Well, and we'll do that in our second packed hour. Again, give us a call. What's the number?
866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752.
And Robert and Sherman Oaks, when we get back, we'll talk to you, and you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslingers Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be right back. Again.
That was a nice back and forth on that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Connecticut Arms, they're Model 21s. We've sold a few. The Model 21s, we've sold a few. They get good money.
I can believe it. It was nice as anything I've ever handled.
Yeah, it's there's a company out there, it might be Winchester, that made reproduction Parkers, and they get killer.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I could use it.
Yeah, me too.
We're on Nick's Cowtown. Shot a cowboy match there in 88 and 89.
There you go.
The Amigo SoCal World Guitar Show is coming to Costa Mesa Fairgrounds, January 24th and 25th. Well, I'm sorry, we're not going to be there. That's put on by a guy I know.
Is that the Vegas weekend, isn't it? 24th, 25th.
Oh, that's nice. You guys are just good. Thank you, Ricky.
Somebody's calling in, and I don't think Kevin's in the room.
Mr. Enigma, my Mossberg 500 is an open cylinder. That's pretty much standard for a riot gun because they're running buck. And
Yeah, pretty much anything with a 20-inch barrel is going to be cylinder bore or open cylinder, whatever you want to call it.
Ooh. I'll tell you what, everybody was shooting 20 gauges.
Mm-hmm.
This is, except for one guy who was shooting 28.
Well, that Connecticut Arms, it was a 20 gauge.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a new owner's name on it.
Mm-hmm. Respect to that, man. At my experience level at this point in time, if I could get my hands on a 10 gauge.
Yeah.
So Marta on line 2, sweet lady, have all these old guns. I want to pass it to my children and my children's children. How do we do it legally? I have the feeling I put your text too large so you didn't see the whole thing.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so she wants a generational pass guns legally.
Okay.
So I figured, that's a great question, and I'm going to try to get her first because, Robert's question's good and all, but this is more the meat of what we should be doing on the show.
Okay.
So
We'll go to hers. I'll get them both right as soon as we get back
Sure.
from the break.
You want this guy back in, or should I take?
Yeah, might as well.
Man.
Coast Guard pursuing another sanctioned oil tanker in the Caribbean. Word of that pursuit comes as the Trump administration intensifies its targeting of vessels connected to the Venezuelan government.
LC Smith side-by-side 12 gauge with full extra, full chokes. You can shoot rabbits at 80 yards with number 4s.
Yeah. LC Smith's a heck of a gun.
Did we bring a couple LC Smiths last time we were at the...
We always have a couple.
That's what I thought. Man, we brought some wild stuff. Did we? We had that that monster. Oh gosh, it was a shotgun.
Well, you talking about the Tyrannosaurus?
The
gun?
Tyrannosaurus, yeah.
Oh, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, like 700?
Something, yeah. That thing was monstrously big.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a wild auction. That was a lot of crazy stuff.
Hi, this is Ed Hoffman with United American Mortgage and host of the main event. Heard weekends right here on AM 870 The Answer. Well, it looks like the Federal Reserve is going to hold off this long.
I like this. The bird that goes up and then falls, shoot it when it stops. The problem was the other one that was, they had two come from about the same position at different speeds. And one of them was the little one. Oh my God! It was fun.
You
challenging.
know those little clays?
Yes.
I have a World War II era Mossberg 22 bolt action that has a clay thrower for that size clay on the barrel.
Those were for training bomber crews, right?
For gunnery crews, yeah. And so you bring it back, and you've got two triggers. First one shoots the clay, and then
with a rifle. Okay.
Yeah, with a 22, no less. So yeah, I've got one of those. It's a very cool gun.
That is really what a neat artifact.
Yeah.
And boy, were they trying everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's sitting in my safe right next to my. I have a Walther 22 rifle that if you leave the bolt up, it's a semi-auto, and if you put it down, it's a bolt.
Kind of like the old Spa's shotgun.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
There's some neat stuff out there.
I've got a few of them.
Any more tips will cost you, he says.
Merry Christmas from your family at AM 870. The answer.
Shetler wants his overalls back.
Yeah, tell him. Come on.
Baby, it's cold outside.
It's cold outside. As they first like ice.
All right, welcome back. Little Dino for Christmas. How's that?
Dino Christmas
The
special.
King of cool himself. All right, welcome back to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And Robert, we're going to get to you, but we have a call from Marta in San Diego that was kind of important. Kevin came in and told me we need to take this one right away. So, Robert, we'll get to you right after this. Let's get to Marta. Uh-oh. Marta, are you there? Kevin!
Oh, no.
I guess we lost her.
Call him back, Martha.
Yeah, there she goes. Okay, well, you know what? Let's get to Robert and Sherlock.
Robert, you're up.
Sooner than expected.
Okay, Robert, how I told you we'd be quick.
Yeah, you were quick. Absolutely.
What's going
You guys
on?
were talking about sporting clays. My buddy goes out and he has whatever is over under with a 32-inch barrel with a full choke on it. I'm like, you're cheating.
Well, I mean, with 32-inch, you could almost reach out and hit the clays. You know?
No, I'm just like, come on, man. So, anyways, I want to apologize. You were talking earlier in the show about that gun that was sold in. The guy was sitting to my left when the out-of-state handgun, and I'm like, "Oh man, that's not right." And where's Jimmy? And then I got a text message.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, again, how do you even put this? It was a legit and honest mistake. He just didn't read through the thing. That's fine. The thing that irks you is the attempted
browbeating.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
The Perry Masons of the world. Everybody thinks they're an attorney because
And
they
you're
saw
right, I
it
don't-
on TV.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't a high end. I think it was like a few $100s. I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, like $200.
We were like, what? Okay.
That's the wrong thing to get in a twist about.
Yeah, and again,
well, some people just do that just to be,
yeah.
that.
Well, and again, he's going to get his money back. He just has to wait till February when we'll resell it. And I told him, I said, dude, as low as this sold, because it was a Smith and Wesson, there's a fair chance that
You
you'll
can
actually
actually
make money on
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
So just be a little patient, and we'll take care of you. But he threw in that is it really worth it to you? Because if you don't give me my money back, I will be calling Department of Justice. And it's like, dude, feel free. In fact, you want me to call?
Go right ahead.
Yeah. I mean,
it's people are going to take life with a grain of salt. You know what? People got to have common sense. That's how I describe my demi friends and stuff. You guys just have to have common sense. If we had common sense in this state,
no, common sense is no longer common, unfortunately.
It's become unaffordable in California.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this your Vegas show? Is that the antique arms show?
Yes.
At the Westgate?
Yeah, that's where we will be, at the good old-fashioned Westgate. Yeah.
I've never been there. I think I might fly up there.
Yeah, come on up. We'll all be there.
You'll see stuff you will not see anywhere else except in a museum.
Yeah, there's some really cool, and they've got other things other than just the guns. There's a couple of different rooms. That last year they had the Western artifacts auction thing, and there's all kinds of different
samurai
stuff
swords.
Yeah. There's the.
Do they have old parts?
So
Really?
there's guys that sell parts there. There's the Engravers Guild will be there with a whole bunch of guys that do some unbelievable engraving. It's a really cool show.
I've never. You know what? I'm gonna book this. I've never been. So,
Okay.
Because I mean, usually I've been to gun shows in California. I don't need bedazzled coffee cups and junk.
There is not. This is only firearms.
Oh, yeah.
And
Dreamweavers, T-shirts.
and because it's Las Vegas, they're almost all antiques. Number one, but they still have the gun show loophole in Vegas. So there's a lot of stuff being purchased by Vegasans.
You can buy and carry.
Pre-1898, you can buy and carry. Yeah.
And that's kind of what this caters to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
make sure you say hi to us if you do.
We have
100%.
two sides of a row. So I've got two tables on the left side of the row and two tables on the right. And how we do it is everything on the left is all antique, pre-1898. Those are for sale, and everything on the right is all stuff that it will be coming up for the February auction. And they're not for sale; they're just for display. Me too. I can't wait to see some of this stuff.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then I did buy something at your thing. I bought that Saber twin barrel Ruger.
Oh, right. Okay.
That ridiculous thing. I'm like, but I had to have it.
Yep. It's a Ruger 1022 Gatling gun.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I was like, you know what? That's cool. I gotta have that.
You want to hear something funny, Robert? A gentleman saw that and was so happy with the price that we got for it, he brought in one. So we have one in February now too.
I got one for each of you.
Honestly, I don't know if I overpaid for it or not, but it was one of those things where because you nearly like passed me. I had to like wiggle my things. You nearly slammed the hammer down.
Yep.
And I'm like, you know what? It's something I don't have. It's very, to me, it's very unique, and I have the place to shoot it.
There you go. That's all you need.
You know. And does it come in a box or no?
I don't recall. I'm pretty certain it has the original instructions and stuff, but I don't remember if it has a box.
No, okay. I'll just bring down a case.
Yeah. All right. As always.
And I'm going to be calling you. I didn't walk out with time I'm supposed to pick this thing up on.
Yeah, give me a call on Tuesday. I can let you know pretty quick.
Give the exact time.
All right.
You guys all have a very Merry Christmas. You guys are awesome. I look forward to your show. I'm in trouble because I said I can't talk. I'm on the phone to walk my dog. So make sure I'm not sleeping on the couch.
All right, very good. Robert.
Merry Christmas,
Thanks for the call, Robert.
Thanks,
Merry
and hopefully you don't sleep on the couch. See you later. Okay, now Marta is back. Okay, Marta, what can we do for you?
Well, being this was family guns, grandfathers, uncles, great-grandfather, father, and so forth. And all have passed away, and it was in a estate. The estate has been settled, and my son has now the executor of it, and he has received a gun safe with various shotguns, 12-gauge, 10s, 20s, rifles, pistols, and various things. And there's upcoming young men in the family said, well, gosh, I've been out hunting with Grandpa and I want such and such guns. How do you go about getting the various pistols and rifles and things now over to new people for ownership?
Well, if it's direct family, as in father to son, you can go in and do what's called a intrafamilial transfer. But since the guns are already here in California, you can literally go to any gun shop and do just a standard private party transfer from the executor of the will to any one of the family that wants them. Don't do it any other way. In California, you have to do paperwork. Long gun, handgun, doesn't matter. You know, shotguns, they all have to be done the same. So
that's called standard California transfer?
It's called a California private party transfer.
Oh, private party. Okay.
And, if you've got a bunch, I would recommend calling the shop that you're wanting to go to and telling them what's going on so that they can be prepared. Because believe it or not, doing a private party transfer for a gun shop, people think, oh, I'm bringing you business. Well, we only get $10
for each one, and there is a mound of paperwork.
There's a mound of paperwork. There's probably 20 minutes that goes into it that I have to pay somebody for. Number two, and then believe it or not, we're married to that gun for the rest of our lives because we have to keep said paperwork. And we have to keep it on our books. We have to keep the 4473. You have to keep the California paperwork for 3 years. So
The good news is you have come to the right place.
In Sacramento at all. It's at the gun shop, right?
Yeah, this all happens at your wherever you take them to do it. And both parties will have to be there. The gun will have to be there. And the seller will have to have a driver's license. The buyer will have to have a driver's license, a firearm safety card. And if it's a handgun, they'll have to have a second proof of residency via gas bill, electric bill, car registration. They're very specific on what you can have for a second proof of residency.
Okay, so that is quite involved because there's 2 or 3 of the boys, they're not all under the same roof, would like to have uncle's gun, or the next one wants grandpa's gun, So each boy or son that is involved wants some of them. Each one has to go with driver's license and everything, showing who they are and... Oh, my goodness, very.
Yeah.
A good gun store will make sure that it's easy for you, but they do have to have the documentation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, one other suggestion, you can always bring them to Gunslinger auctions and just have us...
Turn them into money.
Yeah, turn them into money. And have the nephews...
Some of them want a particular one because they go elk hunting in Colorado or something. Some of them have specific guns. Now, that poses a question. Being it's family, can they go hunting in Colorado this next year with one of them?
As long as they do the legal transfer into their name, yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's and see what's been happening over the last few years. The guys just get together and they just go, and oh my gosh.
Yeah. Gotcha. Unfortunately, there's a lot of that, that happens. I get calls from people all the time. We had a guy come in just the other day, and he said, his neighbor husband passed away, and he had 10 firearms, and he was saying, well, I told her I'd bring them in to get an offer from you, but she just wants to sell them. And I said, well, if you're going to try and buy them, you have to bring her in and do the same paperwork that And he just was shuffling, and I know what he was up to, and unfortunately. How do you put this nicely? Because when it comes to firearms, guys are a bit cutthroaty.
Vultures everywhere.
Yeah, so you have to be very careful with that. That's why I always tell people, you know what? Tell the family members to make sure that they're at my auction and they can bid on them. Because if they're willing to buy them, I'm not saying this is your particular case, but a lot of times, I'll give, grandma money for this. Okay, well, are you going to give her a fair price? Yeah, I'll give her $200 for that Colt Python brand new in box. Well, that's worth $2,000, but, so that's why I always tell them, just tell them to show up at the auction and bid on them with everybody else.
Now, see, you just about woke me up because some of it I wasn't really familiar with because the boys have all got together at different times. Sometimes they would hunt here in California, and they would use so-and-so's rifle, and the other one used the other one. Sometimes they went to Colorado. Nobody ever thought anything about it because it's family.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, this is California, and the family thing doesn't apply anymore. So.
Okay. Second question. If son that has inherited it, he moves to Arizona right now and takes it with him, it's still his.
Well, Arizona is a whole different ballgame. They have lots of they don't have a lot of the rules that we have to put up with here. In Arizona, you hear the news talk about the gun show loophole. What that means is if you are not a dealer and you take firearms to a gun show and another guy walks up, all you got to do is write him a receipt and off he goes. You can't do that here in California, but for him to purchase. I'd be curious how California would accept somebody coming in, taking the gun, and then going away. I don't know. I'm sure California would try and step on that somehow or other.
Well, you have lived in California.
65
and you
years,
have inherited these, and the state has been settled and everything else. And say the son wants to now move to Colorado or Arizona, and he just moves with a safe. He's still in possession of it.
Yeah.
He's inherited it, right?
Well, yeah, and like I said, out of California, you're probably going to be okay with that. In California, they still want you to change it over into the new person's name.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. That sounds fine.
All right, Marta. I hope that helped you.
Absolutely.
Well, California needs a lot of correction.
Well, you ain't kidding. That's why we all need to vote for Chad Bianco. Okay, Marta, we got to go to break.
For the call.
Thanks
Merry
for the
Christmas.
call.
All right, thank you.
You bet. Take care.
God bless you.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. You guys are listening to the Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we ran long on that, so we'll be right back.
Here we go.
This is cool.
Do you know that song was written in July? That's a true story.
By
The Velvet Fog. Yeah.
That's for me, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that, and I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I just heard a radio fact the other day about that song. I was like, wait.
Yeah, he was sitting around and it was super hot, and he just decided, oh, I feel like feeling cool.
Dream it in.
So go to gunslingerauctions.com for locations, hours, directions, and videos, past Gunslinger Show programs, info on firearms, ammo, and information on our huge auction on February.
Huge.
That's
.com.
There you go. Christmas without you, I'll be so blue, thinking about you. A little Elvis for Christmas, baby.
Oh, that's good. That's top 3 of all time.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And now that Robert and Marta are gone, we have lines open. What's that number, Jimmy?
Come on down, 866-870-5752.
That number is 870-5752.
Leon, was that 866-870-5752?
George, you got it.
That's got to be my favorite one out of that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The
That's
duo.
Yeah.
January 11th. The duo are back. Motor Slingers is back. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, well, let's see. What else can we cover since nobody wants to call?
Well,
everybody must be wrapping presents tonight.
Oh,
That's it. I did cowboy shooting today. I have not shot a match in about almost 6 months.
No kidding.
That's been so long. I had a car accident in January and a motorcycle accident in July.
Yeah.
I can't. Spence and I were among the first people that started the 4 over the top, shooting in 97. That's pulling 4 shotgun shells simultaneously and then speed feeding them, which is a requirement for the sport. I can't hold the gun with my right hand anymore. It's way too painful. So I have had to learn pull to from the right, supporting the gun like this. And I spent obviously 20 freaking years shooting one way, and it has been very, very good to me. This means taking a significant step back, and it ain't pretty. And so there's a little bit of, and you'll get this, a little bit of swallowing pride going out to a cowboy match after I haven't shot for half a year, first of all. And second of all, with a fumble-fingered loading of the firearm.
Yeah.
And my 16-second stages were looking 21, 22, 23. And I got, I got a shell in backwards once, all that good stuff. It was great fun. We shot up at Panorama, and Panorama is putting on consistently, Bless Old Mustang and Photo Shooter and the guys that put this on. Consistently, I have to tell you, that's one of the best matches in California. It's so good. They make sense, and Roger, who's doing the stage design Photo Shooter, is making sure that he is prepping people for end of trail. So he's doing the things that they do, stages they do, motions they do, and stuff like that. It was great whacking fun. And I have to, the reason I mention that is two things. Number one, it was, I won. Okay, and I'd like to say yes, it was because of it was not my skill. It was like a race to the bottom to see who wanted to lose worse.
Yeah, I've been to those matches,
and I know you know what I'm talking about. But two things. Number one, second place was a duelist, and he won a stage overall. So I want to give a shout out to Aimlessly. The freaking duelist is the slowest shooting category because you're shooting one. You're shooting one firearm at a time, and you're not being able to speed cock the hammer with your offhand.
Yeah,
so he actually won a stage, and he finished second overall. Ooh. And I went out with Scarlet Rain because she hasn't been doing shooting much either, and it was a real long drive home. She beat me on a stage.
Oh!
I shot clean.
Oh!
She beat me on a stage.
Feather in the cap.
Start calling you Logan.
Oh, man. Oh, gun boy.
So, okay, because both of you have shot with many different people throughout the years and all that, training them and just going out for fun shoots and all. How difficult is for a trainer, for someone going out there to break someone's muscle memory of bad habits? How hard is that to kind of penetrate the skull and be like, hey, this is why you're doing it so poorly?
You want to know the truth? It depends on if it's a man or a woman.
Absolutely. I have trained thousands of people. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yep.
Which is easier?
Oh, the women.
Every single time.
Yeah.
They sit, they listen.
And men just want to argue and tell you, American men know everything there is to know about shooting pool, fixing guns, and fixing cars.
Driving cars,
and they don't listen. They just want to argue with you, and they need to tell you how they've been doing this for 50,000 years.
I've seen it done 50,000 times on television.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So the loose nut behind the trigger is usually a guy. And, the women can generally...
And a woman just says, how does that go? Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
then they practice it correctly because you're not climbing the hill of, dude, don't do it that way.
Yeah, and women, of all things, they don't mash triggers. Guys manhandle everything. Newer shooters or guys that have been doing it one way or another, and rah, rah, and it's like, dude,
are you stabbing with it? What's going on?
I mean, this isn't Jimmy Cagney, and this isn't the 1930s. You don't have to put the bullet in the guy. You just got to pull the trigger.
Makes it go on faster,
right? Women are so much easier on the range to deal with.
Almost without exception.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of a. It's a little bit easier with cowboy action shooting for this reason. Most folks have never shot a single action revolver or a lever action rifle, so they really are tending to start from the ground up. It's different, and I actually find it does the rest of my shooting a lot of good for this reason, because with each of those firearms you have to manipulate the firearm for each and every shot, and that really forces you to focus on fundamentals like aiming. For me, I find I honestly think it makes me a better shooter. You're a great shooter already, but
well, and speaking of, I'm under strict doctor's orders. I can only be in a car for an hour, and I can only do this. And I'm not supposed to be shooting. I accidentally might have shot a gun this week.
Oops.
Bear Trap got some 45 Colt specials.
the little nickel wafer bullets.
They're 130 grain 45 Colt. 452 diameter, and he loaded some up with 3.5 grains of tight group, I believe. Or
this is virtually what I'm shooting out of a 38 357.
Yeah, and I tried a couple of them out, and I was pretty pleased with the recoil.
Oh, no.
Now I just shot him into the shooting box, so I don't know what it.
Having a chance to manipulate him on the stage.
Yeah, so I saved several. He brought me about 15 or 20, and I saved several because I want to see what kind of accuracy there is.
That's going to be an important part of the equation. Of
absolutely. So we'll see how that goes. So I could put them on steel. So I got to wait a couple more weeks, but I think the second week in January I'm free to start shooting pretty much everything. I'm gonna have to watch it around shotguns, but.
Well, at least you checked off one of the boxes right there to get it.
Yeah, it was nice to put a.
How nice was it just to have the thing in your hand?
Incredibly nice, and it was one of my own Rugers, so it was like old home week there for a minute. All right, guys, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslingers Syndicated Radio Network.
And let's see, we've got Brandon in San Dimas, Bob in L.A. We'll get to you guys right after this. right after this.
Yeah.
Another year over, a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas. I hope you had fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. Okay, all the Yokos, get ready. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
All right, as promised, let's get to Brandon in San Dimas. Brandon, what can we do for you, sir?
Evening, Brandon.
I just wanted to say good evening, fellas. I had the absolute pleasure of attending my first Gunslingers auction a couple of weeks back and had an absolute blast.
Oh, well, thank you.
Came home with some goodies.
What'd you get?
Yeah. Well, I got a little 22 lever action, but I'm waiting for that pre-64 94 to pop up, and hopefully I'll find something like that in the February show. I'll be sure to be there.
Yeah, we always get 94s. So we'll definitely have some for you.
Thank you for stopping in, and hopefully we got to see you and congratulate you on your wins when you did win. But no, thanks for joining us. I hope we're glad to hear that you had fun.
Cool. If I could just say, I appreciate what you guys do for the industry and for 2A advocates and supporting CRPA and organizations who are trying to fight for our Second Amendment rights. It really hits the bottom of my heart. I appreciate all you guys do, and keep up the great work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for the kind words.
You guys are why.
Okay. Brandon, we'll let you go. We can tell you're driving. Oh. Well, he went before I could get it. Okay. Well, anyway, Brandon, thanks for the kind words. Appreciate it. All right.
It's good times.
Oh, man. So I had an echocardiogram this week.
Dude, that's serious stuff.
Yeah, what I think that's what it is. It's kind of like the
ECG or an EKG. They put the monitors on.
Yeah, they put the monitors on me, and they it's kind of like when you're having a baby and they go on there like a sonogram kind of thing.
I'm sorry, I honestly don't know what it's like when I'm having a baby. So,
well, let me tell you.
I thought I'd get there before the internet did.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know what that's like either, but I have passed kidney stones, so yeah, yeah, Kevin too.
No thanks.
Anyway, and happy to report that everything is doing grand. Yeah, the doctor was very happy with my results so far. So
that's great.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are stuck with me for a while. Anyway.
Hey, you hear that, folks? It keeps going and going.
Very glad to hear that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so I will definitely be at End of Trail this year because by then I'll be able to drive. I'm still kind of stuck to the 1 hour in the car. I don't know what the deal is exactly with that, but they said it's not a good idea to be in the car for too long. So they said no more than an hour's drive at a time. So I don't know what the heck, but that's what I'm stuck with. Now, what are you reading so funny?
Oh, we'll do this in the next break. I'll show you this.
Okay. All right.
But again, the last call, Brandon from San Dimas. Folks, if you haven't been there live to any of these auctions, you're missing out. Number one, we're at the coolest place you can hold an auction.
The location is great.
Highway 39 Event Center is one of the coolest places you can hold any type of event. Number two, we're auctioning off hundreds of guns.
Yeah, just about everything you can imagine.
Right? And not just guns, like the jewelry went fantastic this week and all. And if you're there live, the cherry on top, premiums for people in there live beat the online rigmarole hands down.
Well, I always tell people it's 10% less if you're there in-house or if you bid with a sealed bid or a phone bidder. So it's that stupid 11% thing that you got to pay if you show up live as opposed to bidding online. That just about kills your 11%. So it just behooves you to be there.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's live. If you have been to a live auction, you haven't been to a Gunslinger.
It's a little bit like a horse race, isn't it?
It's so much.
It's
fun.
exciting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We enjoy it. I've got I'm the auctioneer, and I've got my helper Dan that he's a real auctioneer. He does this for a living.
I don't see anything wrong with what you're laying down.
Yeah, I've told the story 100 times. When I first got out of auctioneer school, I was doing all the stuff that Dan does now, and I just learned that you got to learn your audience. One of the most dangerous things in the world is an auctioneer selling stuff he doesn't know.
Oh, mine. Yeah.
A quick example. I had for years Mr. John Arnold, the world's best ringman. Now, a ringman is the guy that walks out in the audience and, he, yes! And, and he yells at the audience, and I'd yell at him, John, wake this audience up. And he'd get it, and he'd, jump around and make
Whip
noise.
him up.
He was an amazing guy and worth every penny that I paid him. And, one time goes all the way back to when we were in West Covina at the old American Legion Hall. Okay, and man, I gotta go. I gotta take a leak like you would not believe, and I can't take it anymore. So John always told me, I'm an auctioneer too. I can do this.
Cover you.
Yeah, well, and he was an auctioneer. Problem was he did horse and cattle.
Ooh.
So if you had an odd bit, or some kind of strange bridle, he could do it. So, so I said, okay, John, come on up. And I jump up and I go and I'm taking a leak and I can hear him. And you ready for this? He sold a Ponce Warren unused in the box, brand new 12 gauge reloader. Now this is about $1,000.
Top of the line gear.
Yeah, this is about $1,000. He sold it for $5.
$5. I remember this story.
$5.
First of all, where was I? But
yeah, well, luckily,
oh my God!
Luckily, Dom, who was was a good friend of mine. Well, still is a good friend. He just moved to Arizona, unfortunately. But luckily for us, Dom bought it. And he said,
I can't do this.
Yeah, because believe it or not, it was actually a widow's, and I would have ended up giving her the $1,000 out of my pocket because there's no way I'm going to go, well, here's your $5 minus 10%. There's no way I could have ever done something like that. So, luckily for us, Dom got it, and we would. But that's what I mean when I say
you got to know your stuff.
An auctioneer has to know what he's selling.
And Dom's good people. Dom, I know you might be able to listen to us now, but no, Dom was always good people, and I miss him at the auctions.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Dom was a lot of fun, and he was one of my right hand men at the auction for years and years. So he was always a big helper. Let's get to Dan in Fullerton. Dan, what can we do for you?
Evening, Dan.
You guys might enjoy this story. About when I was a kid, about 8 years old, there was a local grocery store in Whittier where I grew up. And one day I noticed they had on the wall, up above their shelves, a couple of toy replicas of the Rifleman's 4440.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
And it was $6.95.
Wow.
And I told my mother, hey, I'd like to have that gun. Can we buy that gun? Oh, my dad was making about $3 an hour at the time. And my mother said, no, we can't afford that. I said, it's $6.95. Maybe they'll sell it to you for less. No, we're not going to have it. Forget it. We're not going to have that gun.
Mm-hmm.
So about 10 years ago, I was at my cousin's place in Idaho, and I told him this story, and he said, stay right here. And he went into back in his middle of his house somewhere, and he came out with a real replica of the 4440 that
Chuck Connors.
Chuck Connors had, which was modeled after
the John Wayne's
4440 from the Stagecoach.
Yeah.
And he had purchased this gun at the 30th anniversary, which I think was in '86. And it had never been fired. He pulled it out of a box, and at least I was able to hold a original Chuck Connors 4440. What a beautiful gun.
Well, you want to hear something real neat? I think it was last weekend or the weekend before, an actual accredited to Chuck Connors rifle from the Rifleman went up for auction and sold for $500,000.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! So about a half a dozen of them. Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah, there's only a few out there.
This had a commemorative emblem on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's in that category.
No.
He bought it in Idaho.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, it was exciting to see that gun.
And of course, anybody who sees the great movie Stagecoach, the introduction of John Wayne in that movie.
Oh yeah.
When he climbs up on a mound and he flings that rifle out.
Mm-hmm.
And gives you that profile shot.
That's iconic.
And what was his 2-word line?
I don't remember.
Hold it!
Well, so Chuck Connors, of course, was modeled after the Duke.
Yep.
And that made that TV show that much more important to me, which I, of course, my older brother and younger brother, we watched that religiously when we were kids and loved the music. And I'm a big San Francisco Giant fan. And Will Clark used to play the theme from that when he came to bat.
His walk-up, that's right. Will the Thrill.
Will the Thrill. He'd play the theme from The Rifleman.
That is, okay, that's
classic.
cool. Man, that was the prettiest swing in baseball history, too.
Yeah, I was right up there for sure.
Oh, the most beautiful swing of a lefty. Well, certainly any lefty that was on the Giants. But there have been a lot of great lefty swings, but that was a beauty.
Yep. Yeah, Ted Williams being probably right up there at the very top.
Tough to argue with that.
Probably the best swing. Everybody remembers Ted Williams' most emotional moment in baseball when he hit that home run off of Rip Sewell. Rip Sewell's eephus pitch.
Yeah.
The blooper.
Yeah.
And, of course, Ted Williams was known for never showing any emotion. Even on his last at-bat, which was a home run, he just no emotion. He just ran into the dugout and didn't give any...
Didn't even tip his hat.
No.
Didn't nothing.
That was a different kind of ball
player. When he hit that home
player.
run off of Sewell in the All-Star game, oh, my God, he couldn't help it. He was just dancing around the bases.
He could finally let it out.
Yeah, all right. Dan, we're coming up on a break. Thanks so much for the call, and come to the auction. We do get Model 92s all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So but maybe you can pick one up.
That's a good solid firearm, man.
And
4440. Tell us something about the 4440 after I hang up.
Okay, will do. Thanks for the call. We'll talk to you
Merry
later. Bye-bye.
Christmas. God bless.
All right, guys, we got one segment left.
Oh, boy.
You want to call? Do it now.
866-870-5752.
And you're listening to Gunslingers Radio on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be back in just a second.
Come on.
What can we say about the 4440?
Didn't we talk about a ton like last week?
Yeah. Mark, what can we say about the 4440?
I was going to go straight to the LT grade, the Spanish copy that was just everywhere in the world. 44. It was created for the. It was a Winchester creation. It was originally a black powder cartridge, the tapered bottleneck design.
And
if you want authentic.
Yeah, Chuck would have been shooting a 5-in-1 anyway.
Right.
Yeah. And of course, here comes the phone calls.
Kirk put 92 and 4440 is always better when you have a Colt single action army.
Yep,
in
match
the
to
same
it.
Caliber.
Yeah.
Learn more about our huge gun auction on February 14th. GunslingerAuctions.com. That's
Gunslinger Auctions. I can't help it. That's so catchy.
Merry Christmas. Christmas comes each time each year. I don't know the words. All right, welcome back, everybody. At least it's not Little Deuce Coupe this week.
Hey,
it substantially is.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same song.
Yep.
A little different lyrics. And of course, we're in our last segment, so now the phone's blowing up.
Blowing up.
Really quick, Okay, he asked questions about the 4440.
That's one of the original Winchester calibers. It's a tapered cartridge. It was intended to be used during the black powder era. And as Jimmy correctly pointed out, one of the things you wanted to do back in the time was you would have a carbine and a handgun chambered in the safe round. So, in the same round, so whatever you had on your belt would feed either.
Yeah, and of course, Chuck Connors would have been shooting what was called a 5-in-1. That was a blank.
A specific blank.
Yeah, you could shoot 5 different calibers with the same one. So.
Yep.
And credit to Kirk over there on Rumble. Everyone online, make sure we're still going, so you guys keep hitting it up. Make sure you're liking, subscribed, and you're sharing. And want to make sure we said that before the end of the show, too. So thanks, guys, on there.
Okay. And let's try and blow through the phone call because they don't stop. Let's get to our friend Brent in L.A. How are you, Brent?
Shalom, Brent.
Happy Hanukkah.
Shalom and a very Merry MAGA Christmas and Hanukkah to you, California Gunslinger.
Thank you, sir.
And since tonight is the last night of Hanukkah, passing our transcendent lights to your loving Christmas lights, I thought I would illuminate today's disfigured democracy of death and darkness. Approximately 2,200 years ago, God miraculously delivered a great military victory to the Jews in their ancient and eternal land of Israel, fighting the superpower of the day. That evil Syrian Greek democracy demanded every Jew to renounce Judaism or die, just like today's godless, soulless, anti-Semitic democracy demands not only the genocide of every Jew, but also every Christian the world over. We're fighting the same battle then as today.
Yep.
Can't disagree with you.
Yeah, anything Judeo-Christian is anti-world right now, and there's a big fight to save the souls of this whole entire world. So,
the wisdom of the world is foolish.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, Brent, that was sobering. We got other phone calls to get to, so we're going to say Merry Christmas to you and
have a wonderful holiday.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you next week.
Great.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk. See ya. Bye. Okay, let's jump over to Oscar in Canyon Country. Oscar, what can we do for you, sir?
Evening, Oscar.
Hey, Mark, we got one guy over at the CRPA meeting keeps asking if you're going to show up. I tell him, look, if Mark's not here before the meeting starts, he's not going to be here.
Safe bet.
Number two, I just picked up a new safe so I can start getting some more at the auction.
Sounds like a moral narrative.
That's a great thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm trying to bribe the wife to go with me to the auction on Valentine's Day.
Ooh, smooth.
Mark,
that is smooth.
What a great date.
Right?
You guys can have breakfast there.
There's food, there's entertainment, there's
You'll
stuff
have the
to buy.
firearms, and you have stuff for her as well.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Because whatever guns I buy become hers.
You bet. As far as she knows.
Yeah, see?
She is right here next to me hearing all of this.
$300? You paid $300 for that Les Bear?
Well, we're glad that you guys are listening for a couple. We try to be as family friendly as possible, and no, we appreciate it. And we can't wait to see you guys.
And yes, you are. All right, guys. So you guys have a good rest. Have a Merry Christmas, and I get to pick up my gun this coming week right after Christmas.
All right, very good.
Cool.
We'll be there Friday, regular hours Friday and Saturday.
I'm for it. Thank you very much, guys.
Congrats,
Thanks.
Oscar.
God bless you,
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
It's a good one.
Let's jump over to Edward in Riverside. How are you, Ed?
Ed.
I'm doing fairly well, thank you. How about you all?
Doing well.
Hanging in there.
Yes,
Wonderful
sir.
Christmas season.
I was glad to hear Jeff's report. That's pretty
Right?
good.
Thank you.
Amen.
So, yeah. My question was, there's a lot of pistol caliber carbines in 9mm. I don't know of anything in 45 auto other than the Thompson. What is your opinion of the Thompson? And if I'm lacking some knowledge in that, please fill me in, fill us all in.
Well, what you're talking about is the old-fashioned Tommy gun, the M1927 or the M1A1. Everybody knows the Thompson's probably the most recognizable
About the most
silhouette.
iconic thing out there.
there are, of course, the Marlin Camp 45. That would be one.
Long out of production.
Yeah, but still a great gun. I got one, and it's a blast to shoot. No pun intended. I can't.
I've seen some AR-15 platforms.
Have you? In 45 ACP?
But who else is out there?
I've been trying to get Ruger to turn that.
How do
PC
they not do that? Or even Henry, the homesteader?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. I think they think that there's not a market for it. It's the only reason.
I think they're as wrong as can be.
I tell every time I see him at SHOT, I tell them, this is a grand slam. Everybody's going to want one.
Yep.
You know, being one of the largest auction houses on earth, if you were to go there this year, say on Wednesday.
Ooh. Anyway, go ahead, Ed.
Oh, I just said exactly. If Henry would produce that homesteader in 45 auto, it would be just what you said, a grand slam.
Yep, I truly think so.
I think they fly off the shelves. I do.
Yeah, and the guys at the Ruger booth at the SHOT Show, every time I bring it up, would literally spin on their heels and walk away from me. So, there's got to be something to it.
Keep pounding it because you are in a position where you move a lot of firearms. Mm-hmm. They should be listening to the man on the street.
You'd think, but I've gone through that too.
Yeah.
The way you get treated at SHOT when you just own a couple of stores.
But you also own a big time auction house now.
Well,
so there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the only ones that I can think of off the top of my head, Ed.
Okay, well, one that, just the Thompson and you said it was a Marlin.
Marlin Camp 45. And
Camp 45,
out
of production.
Yeah, it takes.
Maybe Ruger will bring that one back.
Well, that would be okay with me.
Crossed.
It looks kind of like a 1022, and it takes a 1911 mag, so it takes a straight magazine.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, mine shoots like a champ.
What were we talking about? Having a carbine and a handgun that chambered in the same caliber. That'd make it a no-brainer, huh? Mm-hmm. Even using the same magazines. Yeah, and now that Ruger owns Marlin, that's not crazy, is it?
No, it's really not. So, anyway, Ed, as always, thanks for the call.
Thank you, and a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, I guess we'll be seeing each other talking before New Year, but God bless you for the celebration of the birthday of our Lord and Savior.
Amen. God bless you.
All right. Thanks,
Merry
Ed.
Christmas,
We'll
Ed.
talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Whew. We got through them.
Hey, look at that.
I want to do two things.
It was a mini rush.
I want to do two things. Number one, Thompson, for its time, was kind of as good as it was.
Oh, great.
But viewed from modern eyes, I really don't care for them. I don't. I mean, I would love to have one hanging on the wall.
They're heavy as all get
They're
out.
heavy. They're awkward.
Very
ergonomically.
awkward to shoot,
They have way too much recoil for what you're getting on. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me. Feel free to flame us online.
Oddly enough, I know, right? Oddly enough, the M1A1, which is like the
cheapest.
Yeah, military only, wouldn't take a drum mag and so on and so forth. And to me, that always shot the best.
Yeah. Right, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
It was also the simplest internally. They got rid of a bunch of
that blish system and all that stuff. Yeah, and there used to be that place. When my band was always going to Vegas, we would go for 2 weeks at a time. And you'd be shocked how little there is to do in Vegas when you're there for 2 weeks and you're playing from 7 p.m. till 1:30 in the morning. So, you look for stuff to do in the day, and there used to be a place out there that would rent them.
Yeah.
And,
I think that place is still there.
Is it?
I think we went for Andy's bachelor party.
Okay, yeah, the gun store, I think it was called then. I don't know if it, but anyway, so we would always sneak over and go try. And the first time I did it, I had to, Shay, what do you think of this, coppers? Yeah. And the guy looked at me like, you are such an idiot.
See, the Thompson's iconic for its look and for time frame and all that, but for aesthetics alone, that's great. But for actual maneuverability capabilities and all that, it just falls short in so many spots. But it's always cool to look at when you see one. You're like, yeah.
But again, remember the time. It's first into the fight is always going to be awkward. There wasn't much else that could compare to it back in the day.
No, not too much.
No.
Okay. But we should say basically with that. Otherwise, oh man, gotta love the people on the internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, guys,
Listen, the next time we see each other, it'll be after Christmas.
Yeah.
I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
You too.
Jimmy, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
I hope you as well. Both
and
of
your families.
Yeah, and all you guys listening, we want to say thanks so much. Hope you guys have
thanks for them. Yeah.
You know, and over the last couple of months, thanks so much for all the kind words. It really meant a lot to me because, I don't know about you guys, but I always drive in here thinking nobody's listening to this show. And then
you find out when you're put to it, huh?
Yeah, and then we get so many people that call in and that we do not know, and they say such nice things that it really makes you feel like
you guys are a great gift.
It makes it worth doing.
At the risk of punning, it's heartwarming.
There you go. That was a stinky pun, but anyway. All right, guys, we're at the end of the show. Don't forget to smile. Just a little curve sets a lot of things straight. Want to thank Leon for that. We'll see you guys next week. Have a happy Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas and God bless you guys. Thanks again.
Good night.